This is my presentation on Lolita.
Yeah.
Where to begin? Before we get to the subject matter, it's very well written and I enjoyed reading it. And personally, I don't think it's love. Some people disagree when they read it, but I personally don't think it's love. I think he has more of an obsession with her, and he kind of revels in the chase.
Who does?
Oh, the main character called Humbert. Should I explain the story?
Please do.
Okay.
But no spoilers.
Okay, the story is basically about a well-educated, handsome, youngish man.
Set where?
Oh, it's set in it's set all over the place in America.
Yeah.
There's a lot of French in it though. And it's about,
Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
Romance. Have you read it?
I've read the first bit.
Oh, okay. You're not qualified to be in this interview.
Is he French? He's
No,
French.
Humbert's not French.
Well, he knows a lot of French.
Yeah, he does. He's a well-educated man. Okay.
Yeah, it's about Humbert and...
When is it set?
In the it ranges from the 1940s to 1960s.
Okay.
And it's basically about how, well, in the first bit he explains how he has this attraction to what he calls nymphettes, which are pre-pubescent young girls, and he kind of gives a really accurate description of a particular kind of girl, which is really weird, but is equally as good. You can imagine who he's talking about and what he's talking about when he does. And he meets this young 12-year-old girl called Lolita, who is living with her mother. And whose you love these and whose father.
You know you've got 5.
Okay. And his father has passed away, and basically the story is about his attraction to her and how they end up falling in love and running away together.
Why that?
Because I personally don't think it was love.
Okay.
I think at the beginning, somebody reading it at the beginning would be tempted.
Excuse me, doing a presentation here?
What else is there? Caramel, chocolate,
Caramel.
and maybe the £5. So what do you want? Caramel.
Lola, back to Nabokov.
Sorry.
It's alright. Falls in love.
Well, I personally don't think it's at the beginning, when you're reading it, I kind of thought you can't do this. I kind of thought, oh yeah, he has a really, really strong connection to her. It might be love, but as the novel progresses, and by the end, I think he's realised the error of his ways, and I think he understands that his relationship with her has kind of changed, because when she was younger, he could do all the things that he wanted to do with her, and her be a bit oblivious to it. But as she gets older, their relationship kind of stales out, and there's a period where you kind of think she's the person that has the most power in the relationship, because she controls it in the way she acts around him. She acts quite negatively towards him, and so.
Okay, tell me about the narrative style.
Well, it's quite descriptive. There's a lot of description, and there's a lot of reference to culture and art because he's so educated.
Where's he telling the story from?
He's telling the story from prison. He's in a mental institution, and that kind of gives you a hint as to how his relationship with Lolita has ended. And he's kind of recalling. He's recalling his relationship with her, and he throughout it he references where he is, his current situation.
Would you recommend it?
Yes, definitely.
Why?
Because it's a book that asks a lot of questions, and I think it's a book that makes you ask a lot of questions.
Do you get the answers?
Yes and no, because
we've lost the ice cream.
The original premise of it, if someone explained it to you and just said grown man falls in love with a 12-year-old girl, you'd be, oh, that's disgusting, and you'd be really I'm not going to read that. But once you read it, you can kind of see it from his side. You know, morally, you might have some moral objection, but it shines a light on that kind of perspective. And
are you going to do your coursework on it?
I might, yeah.
Really?
I don't know. It depends on how I feel.
Okay.
That in comparison to all the other things I read.
But you would recommend it to everybody?
Definitely.
Alright then. Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it. There are some bits where I was like, it made me feel sick, but if you just persevere and get to the end, then you'll enjoy it.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.